I believe there was an AR-15, two pistols, and he had just purchased between the time between January 6th and the time when he was arrested. He had, I believe, he had purchased a large amount of ammo. The best thing that came out in court was, in his estimation, it was like 2,000 plus rounds. What you need to understand is that those weapons violated New York law. So I just want to mention that. And so, you know, oh, we have a call. So let me put that on hold and we'll get back to it in a minute.
Okay, John, you're on.
Cool. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for showing up, and everybody watching online, we really appreciate it. And Mama Mickey, I can't thank you enough for making this happen. You are the most amazing leader a movement could ask for. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Mickey.
So if anybody out there watching would like to support this movement, please visit 4ashley.com. That is the number 4, Ashley with an I.com. And if anyone would like to get to know us Patriots better in our own words, please visit wearegoodmen.com. There's a lot of good information on there. And so this week we've been doing something new. Yesterday we started it with Jeffrey Stable, and tonight we have Sean McHugh about to get on the mic. And what it is we now that the Republicans have the majority and MAGA took control, Jim Jordan is the chairman of the Judiciary Committee. So Troy Nehls, our friend Troy Nehls, is on the Judiciary Committee, as well as Jim Banks, Kevin Kiley, Matt Gaetz, and several others. So what we want is these messages, what Sean McHugh is going to get on and talk about his experience the last 2 years and the things that have happened and that he's witnessed. So we want this to go to Jim Jordan and the Judiciary Committee because last week Jim Jordan was talking about possibly calling some of us in to testify about the treatment of the D.C. jail. And so here is Sean McHugh here to talk about the last 2 years of his existence. All right, hey, this is Sean McHugh. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, Sean.
Hey, Sean.
Hey, Mama Mickey. Hey, Randy. Hey, everybody. I love you guys. I just want to thank you guys so much for being out there. I received some letters from Andrew Thomas before we get started real quick. AJ and Navy Mom. Susan sent me some photos of all you guys out there, and it brought tears to my eyes. It was really touching, and it just really brought me outside of this world that I've been stuck in here. And I just want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. It really means a lot. Sometimes I think about not even participating, or people don't really care. They just think I'm some sort of person from all the crap they read online and stuff. And it really brought me outside of this hell that I've been living in. And I really don't have many pictures in here. So if you guys send some pictures in here, it really means a lot to me. It really takes me out of here. And I just want to thank you guys so much. I felt like I was out there with you guys. You're a good man, Sean.
Good man, Sean.
So thank you. I just
Thank you, Ohio. What'd you say? Oh, Ohio Navy Mom's watching right now. So you want to give her one more personal thank you? Make sure she hears you.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you so much for sending the photos in and sending the letter in with all the little quotes and words of encouragement. It really just brought me outside of this hell I've been living in and brought a tear in my eye. And it really just gave me a lot of love that I really needed. So I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Ohio Navy Mom. Thank you, Sean.
So back to... Yeah, thank you guys. Back to business, what we're doing here, and I might need to call back. I got a lot of stuff written down. I got a lot of grievances, and they're all different grievances. But so I might just call back with another call after this. But what we're doing, Kevin Kiley is my representative. So Kevin Kiley, if you hear this, this is my message to you. Get me in front of Jim Jordan and the Judiciary Committee, and we can get down to a lot of the systemic problems that we face here
in the DC jail and that others before us have been facing. And we can get down to exposing Ray Epps too, because I just found a video on him and I know exactly what they're trying to hide now. And so I've really narrowed it down, and we could go over the FBI interview that he gave and these videos that they're trying to suppress. So I'm not going to give too much away on that, but I will get into our treatment now. So Kevin Kiley, Jim Jordan, listen up. I respect you guys, but I need your ears, please. I got to the DC jail July 21st, 2021, and I was immediately discriminated by staff. It was Sergeant Proctor. He told me that I needed to be on PC, even though that my paperwork said I was going to be put in regular general population, thank you. He said that I need to be put on PC. Well, so they segregated me from general population while throwing me in general population. So they would make me a target, and it was Benavides and Mba, or Ba, or whatever, who were the ones that told the rest of the population in South 2 that me and Alan Byerly were on PC, and immediately we started getting piss and feces and semen cocktails thrown into our cell. So that's through our not a Sally port, we call it a tray slot. It doesn't close, so we had to hold our mattress up to our tray slot to stop from getting these cocktails thrown into our cell. We were able to talk to some of the inmates and let them know why we're in there and what's going on, and that we support their plight as well, and that we're not racist and all these things that they've been hearing from the guards about us. And but there were some that did not care to hear our story, and they still wanted to stab us. They all had shanks in there. They would make these shanks out of the fans that the staff provided them with, and they didn't care. I mean, the staff would give them drugs and just let them walk around smoking, and they're high out of their mind and they want to kill us. So they literally tried to pop the doors and get us stabbed one time. Actually, it was a couple times, but this one instance, Alan and I had to stand our ground and get this guy back into the section he was supposed to be in. I think he was high out of his mind, but the guard just stood there and was laughing, and this guy exposed himself to me and said that he was going to rape me, and the guards did not do anything about that. And that was one of my first grievances I ever wrote, and I talked to a case manager about it. I talked to a lieutenant about it. I wrote grievances about it. This is it's a prison rape complaint, on a sexual assault, basically, and they just brushed it under the rug. In fact, what they did is they sent me to the hole for making these types of complaints, where they put you in solitary confinement. There's cockroaches and mice running around. They put you in handcuffs and strip you naked, and they sit there and watch you take showers, and it's really humiliating. And so they let me know that if I speak out, this is the type of treatment that I'm going to get. So it was real shocking right off of the bat to walk into this type of situation. And it wasn't, in fact, until 6 months later that they started investigating this PREA and all of these complaints to multiple people that I have documented, that they started investigating it. They found out the marshals were coming. Well, these marshals and Shoemaker, who is the security for DC CTF and basically DC DOC, he got on national television and said that the marshals and him come talk to us and that everything's A-okay. That was 2 days before they even came into our unit. So the corruption in here runs deep, all the way up to the marshals. Okay, so here we go. So now I get back over to, or finally get over to CTF, to C2B. Well, hold on, let me back up. So while in CTF, or CDF, there was constant smoke and then fires in South 2, fights, shakes, and pop doors. Okay, and then the cockroaches, yep, I said that. All right, sorry. But, so we had bot flies for a while, and they started infesting inmates. So that's why cleanliness is really a big deal in here. And we fought hard to clean up our own cell. We had to abate our own pod over here, but we had Doug Jensen, he had a botfly that embedded into his neck. And so that's how dirty it was. They would come over on the mice and stuff, and they would embed themselves into our bodies and try to lay eggs. But so we got over here to CTF, and that's when I learned about Samsel, who had got zip tied and beat, and got it. And now he's blind because he got beat with a flashlight in one eye. He's blind in one eye, and he got beat with a flashlight. His orbital got fractured. He's got major problems now, and they're not giving him the help that he needs. Also, I mean, so, and then shortly after that, I watched Chris Worrell go through his medical treatment for cancer, where they forged documents against him. They lied. The jail was found in contempt from the courts, and God bless him, he got out. They poisoned our food the next day with chemicals. I don't know what it was, but none of us could eat the food. You know, so it's retaliatory effects that take place in here all the time. Corporal Jay Johnson told me that she hopes I get stabbed to death, and that if she could, she'd send me back to the other side so I would get beat and jump. And she told me that I'm some leader of a racist movement and all this crap. And so these are just quick little bullet points because I got a lot. You know, when we make these complaints about these Prius, they always talk about, I don't know why, but somebody in here, John Mellis, he filed a Priya, and he actually got, I'll let him explain it later, but he actually got a good response back. But I mean, they always threaten us with these weird types of things that they want to do to us, and it's really, pop our doors in the middle of the night and come in and threaten us, shake us down, flush our pills down the toilet. It's happened to me. I've been targeted multiple times in here by this Jay Johnson, Lieutenant Moore, who sprayed me the day that she sprayed Mock. I was just coming out of from using the phone, and I was watching her chase Mock around, and I was like, what's going on? And they told me I need to go back to my cell, so I'm walking up the stairs. Mock comes running down, she comes running past him and sprays me while I'm going to my cell. And it's just this indiscriminate hate. This is a breeding ground for hate in here, and it's really apparent, and it's really fueled by this wokeism and these ladies that hate men in here, and I call them the Rainbow Mafia, and it's like Lieutenant Moore.
You have 1 minute remaining.
Lancaster. We got Major Marr, thank you. We got, who else here?
Cut off too.
Sherry, we put the show.
Thanks, Sherry.
Oh, Each restless heart beats so imperfectly, but when you come.
Yeah, I've done that for me before.
All right, that was Sean calling back. Hopefully he'll call back in.
All right.
Mickey, I don't know what's up with your phone, but it wouldn't recognize the 0.
Well, I'm a 0.
Stormtrooper, you are not a 0. You are a 1791.
Sometimes I think I glimpse eternity. I can stand the stormy sea, and that is the land when I am on your shoulder. Oh, you raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up to more than I can.
What's up, brother? Hello.
Hey,
Can you hear us?
John?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, you are on.
Hey, I'm going to put you back on with Sean in just 1 second. I just want to reiterate, everybody out there listening online, please, if you are tech savvy, go ahead. It's not hard. Clip this part of the interview out of Sean McHugh talking, because the live streams are about 2 or 3 hours long. So clip out his part and get this over to Jim Jordan or any of your elected representatives you can to get it to Jim Jordan or Troy Nels. All right? Thank you. Here's Sean McHugh.
All right. Or you can get it on over to Kevin Kiley, who's on the Judiciary Committee, and that's my representative. So now I got the town of Auburn, who's going to be blowing his phone lines up. That's where I'm from, Auburn, California, the endurance capital of the world. It's a great place. But so back to what I was saying. This place is a breeding ground of hate. They got a newspaper in here that they used to provide for us. It was called The Final Call, and it was from Louis Farrakhan. And it would talk about how the white people are dogs and how we need to be put down. And it was this guy. This is the type of thing that they teach in here, is this type of hate and racism, and it's something that I'm not familiar with. But it's just what they do in here. So with that in mind, you know, I talked about how some of our food gets poisoned, how there's always these retaliatory punishments. Some of the part of the retaliatory punishments that I received while I came over from CDF to CTF was they started canceling my commissary, and they placed me on pre-hearing detention, even though I had no write-ups or anything of the sort, never got in trouble. It was just I would speak out, and I'd write grievances, and I would stand up for other people that were in here. And so they would do everything in their power that they could to just make it living hell on me. I had complained about mold that was in my cell and how it was giving me breathing problems. And the medical came to see me. They said, oh, well, you probably have COVID. And they proceeded to put me in a 14-day quarantine in my cell where I complained about mold being. So it's just their lack of care, their lack of interest, and lack of responsibility to do their job really shines through their uniform. And what else? Just recently, I could tell you that we had a visit. I had a visit with Sherry Hafner, and Dave Valentine came in here. And we wanted to close out the visit with a prayer. And then Corporal Lee told us that we cannot pray because it might offend them. And so they're denying us religious services. They're denying us our First Amendment right to praise God. And it's just really a shame that y'all had to take them out. Also, I just got a grievance sign back from the deputy warden herself, admitting that I missed the legal visit. Now I've missed over 3 legal visits. I've almost missed the whole court date while being in here. And they deny me legal calls left and right. So they're not giving me access to my lawyer, and they're denying me proper, they're violating my rights, my 14th Amendment right. And in the court system, when you look at what the Cowboys are going to, or the Oath Keepers, or even me, they're editing these videos. And what we've seen in these trials is they're letting edited videos and doctored videos go through and be used to prosecute people. Now that's prosecutorial misconduct, and that's tampering with evidence. And the circuit seems to have their foot on the scale and siding with the prosecutors and not looking at the whole right. So these are things that we face, and I have no problem going in and speaking up against in court. And also, if you want to get down to the bottom of Ray Epps and what he did that day, is call me in, and I can show you the videos that they're trying to suppress. I got them. And so I just it's constant. I'm being prosecuted for speaking out. That's the common thing. For having a voice is why I'm being punished. And I'll just tell you right now, that's going to break me. But as soon as they got me, as soon as they thought that they had somebody, who's got a minor criminal record, no felonies on his record whatsoever, they go, this guy wants to kill him, and we'll swap him for Ray Epps. For everything Ray Epps did that day, we'll put him in his place. So I'll tell you what, I'm not Golden and I'm not Reagan, and I got the goods on Ray Epps. So Ray Epps, be prepared to show up on April 17th to my trial, because your ass is mine, buddy. Yes. And so I want Jim Jordan and Kevin Kiley to please listen to this. And this is just the tip of the iceberg of a lot of stuff that I got going on, and I got the receipts for everything I'm talking about. I got the receipts. So call me up. Please get a hold of my lawyer, Joe Allen from Missouri, and let's get down to business, because we are not getting equal protection under the law. We are not getting our due process, and we are being, our 8th Amendment is being violated in here. I've been tortured. I was told that I didn't have to take a COVID test, and that I would not be locked down myself. I didn't take a COVID test. They locked me down in my cell for over 14 days without a shower, without being able to heat up food. While other people were let out, they didn't take a COVID test. They were let out. They were just singled me out, and they punished me. And I got the receipts for it, and it's not okay. It's not okay. It's cruel and unusual punishment. It's psychological warfare. It's emotionally disturbing. And these men that come through here, the government is belligerent, and they're full force and weight is bearing down on these people's necks. And they're scared, and they want to go home, and they're taking pleas under duress. So I thank you for listening to what I have to say, and I do realize that it's loud out there, and some people just don't have a life and don't have a heart, and maybe they just need to find Jesus, so we'll pray for that person. Hopefully that you find Jesus, and you come to the truth, and that you see that he loves you too. And we can all work together in unity. It's too bad that you want destruction, but I want nothing great for you or this country, and I want us to stand together, and I love you guys out there, and thank you so much for supporting us. Thank you.
Thank you. Love you. Love you.
Thank you, I appreciate
Coffee foul. Actually, no, because coffee's out. But I just want to give a little bit more of an update. I'm going to continue on, but Mickey was in the courtroom this morning for a little bit.
She's working on the corner now. Get your money on the corner, Mickey. Get your money on the corner.
Hashtag Freedom Corner. Absolutely. That is where Mickey's working right now. Absolutely. Dropping truth bombs all over the United States of America and the world.
Hallelujah.
Mama Mickey. Mama Mickey. Mama Mickey. Mama Mickey. Mama Mickey. Mama Mickey. Mama Mickey.
Okay, so yeah, like Randy said, I was in court for a little while today, and I saw Kirsten's jury come in and sitting there, and she was talking to me about some of the things that are happening during trial and pre-trial. And so let's pray for Kirsten. She's got misdemeanors, but we know what they can do with misdemeanors. It was also, we were in, you're so rude. The Proud Boys trial, they had a guy named Matt Green testifying today. And I think as part of his plea agreement, he doesn't get sentenced until after he testifies against all these men that he used to call friends. So, you know, there's a certain griminess in life when you turn on your friends and they confide in things in you and they let you into their life and then you turn on them to benefit yourself. So Norm Pattis tore him apart on the stand today, made him stutter and stumble, and also, I don't know if anybody knows Norm Pattis and what he looks like, but he was asking him about Antifa, and he asked him a question he didn't quite hear, so then Norm Pattis gave some visual aids. He said, you know, did you see Antifa smacking their fannies saying, come get you some? So it was me and David had a hard time. It's not funny, but it was funny to see Norm Pattis do that. So he was talking about Antifa and their behavior. And, you know, just pray for these men and know that they're being tried in that courtroom 5 at a time. And the jury is 95% Biden voters, so, you know, we need all the prayer we can get. But lawyers are doing a good job and fighting hard for these guys, except for Dan Hall, who's a piece of shit. I'm sorry, Dan Hall. We need to retire. And then Randy was there for some portion of the day, so we'll let him talk about that. But I also want to say that pray for me, because tomorrow is my court date. This is new to me, so I'm not quite sure what to expect. But we'll see. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be here to give my own update on that.
I'm going to predict that she's going to walk in the courtroom, judge is going to say case dismissed. And Mickey's going to stand up there and say, no, you don't get to drop my case. I want my time in court.
I want to
so we're going to see what happens tomorrow. But,
yeah.
So, I mean, ultimately, you know, I was planning on going home to Brooklyn for a day. And for some reason, I was thinking that Mickey's court date was going to be next month. But it's actually tomorrow, so I decided to stick around. So. Most likely I'll go back to Brooklyn next week. It's going to be interesting to see how that's going to work, because next week, Wednesday, we have a board meeting to attend at Northern Lakes, so we'll have to see how all that works out. But the one thing I will say is, you know, I'm glad I decided to stick around, because in this Proud Boy trial, one of the, you know, I wish I'd seen Norm Pattis cross-examine Matthew Green. I was talking earlier, and I'm just going to give a quick update. Matthew Green was arrested right around the same time, I believe, as Dominic Pizzola. or shortly thereafter. And when he was arrested with guns and ammo in direct violation of New York State. And I think ultimately that's the reason why, ultimately they were able to put some pressure on him, and he agreed to testify. He agreed. He was arrested in April of 2021. He was actually released in March of 2022. He served 11 months. Now, he was interviewed by the FBI, I believe, twice, and he actually contradicted himself the very first time. And the one thing I will say is the defense lawyers, as they went through the day, each taking turns of cross-examining, they did a great job of really showing the jury just how much of a benefit he gets for testifying. And so let me walk through some of the things. Number one, the weapons charges. The weapons charges are not federal charges, they're state charges. And on March, when he got released, according to the transcripts, and there was a lot of objections and motions flying back and forth between the defense and the prosecution about this, but ultimately it did come out in court that the prosecution in New York had a backroom deal that any time that he may have to serve in New York regarding those gun charges could be served concurrently with his federal time. In other words, let me also break this down. When he was arrested, he was charged with, I believe, 7 or 8 different charges. Obstruction was one of them. That carries a max of a 20-year sentence. There's another charge of another 20-year sentence. Another charge carried 8-year sentence. Another charge carried a 5-year sentence. When you add it all up, he was looking at really not only a maximum of 20 years, but he was also asked throughout the day, are you aware, do you have the understanding that you could also be charged with seditious conspiracy, which that in itself is an enhancement, which could be anywhere from 40 years to whatever. The way that his plea agreement is worded is that his sentencing for all these charges, he pled guilty to 2 charges, maximum of 20 years, but with the understanding, the sentencing guidelines in his plea deal ultimately equated back to 41 to 58 months. That means less than 4 years is what he was looking at. But that doesn't take into account the letter that they will write if he does testify. So, again, he pled guilty. Sentencing is reserved until after this trial. And more importantly, he served 11 months, was released, has been released, is free. And depending on how all of this goes, the DOJ could basically recommend that he gets time served, not have to do one more single day. And so the defense attorneys, one at a time, really established that there's so much benefit going on behind the scenes to this guy testifying that his testimony really can't even be held credible. And they did a really good job at that. Ultimately, Matthew Green was part of Dominic Pezzola. He had gone there with Dominic Pezzola and went home with Dominic Pezzola. And it also, one of the things that they were very good at showing is that, and this was towards the end, and it was very fascinating because the lawyer actually showed one video and went to different points in that video and showed, I believe it was 8 different occurrences where rubber bullets was fired there at the front line and hit somebody above the shoulder. Showing, and this is the thing, that's a video that should be showed in every single one of these cases. Because less than lethal, you are to target someone who is actively fighting law enforcement on the front line. And you are to aim below the head, not above. This is the very thing at the heart of the matter where law enforcement, especially less than lethal rounds, were fired that escalated tensions in the crowd. People that were standing there peacefully got shot in the head, the cheek. I mean, it's incredible. But I mean, today, definitely, this is the very first non-law enforcement witness to take the stand. There's a lot more to come. He's not even finished. Matthew Green is not finished. That should be finished tomorrow. I believe they're going to head into the cross-examination where the prosecutors get to come back. But there's a flurry of motions and issues at the end. And I would say probably the biggest news of the day is just before everyone broke and the judge retired to his chambers, Norm Pattis mentioned, I just want to put the court on notice that we intend to call President Donald Trump to the witness stand, and we would like to ask the court to help with that. So I don't know if that's going to materialize and happen, but he gave some very important parts of it where, because he was president, commander-in-chief that day, he needs to be on that witness stand. So we're going to see what happens, but you know, everybody out there, all eyes need to be on this trial. It really does. This is really the first trial that with this group of lawyers and this group of defendants, it's a totally different atmosphere to most than what we've seen. And there's a lot of truth that's coming out. A lot of this bias is being exposed right before our very eyes. So it'll be very interesting to see how a lot of this comes out. So stay tuned. You know, we have more and more updates, and more and more information will be coming out. So, you know, at the end of the day, like I said before, this is the trial of the century. And especially if President Trump takes that stand, this will absolutely be the trial of the century. And it's not because it's a Proud Boy fraternity on trial. And it's really not even these 5 defendants. This is about seditious conspiracy, which absolutely every evidence points to the fact that nobody planned to storm the Capitol that day. There was no pre-planning. More importantly, this is a clash of ideologies. It really is. Conservatism, patriotism in our nation versus Marxism, socialism, communism, globalism. What kind of a country do we have? This court here is shredding our constitutional rights before our very eyes. What they are effectively doing is pointing their finger at somebody, labeling them a terrorist, and stripping them of all their constitutionally protected rights. And we as a people cannot tolerate that. And so what we need to do, like I said before, the way that you expose the lies and the slander is by speaking truth. And we need to get outside of our echo chamber. And I think that's the one opportunity that this trial really has to do. It's a platform where the more eyes we can put on this, the more opportunity we have to win hearts and minds with the truth. So, you know, please spread the word out there. We're going to start trying to do more in terms of reporting on this in a big way. And we need your help to do it. So, thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you, too. Hallelujah. Lord, we need you, Lord.
Unsubscribe to Stormtrooper, please. Unsubscribe to
David played and it pleased the Lord, but her beauty and the moonlight was real. She tied you to a kitchen chair. She broke your throat. She cut your hair, and from your lips she took I've been here before. I know this room, I walk this floor. I used to long before I knew ya. Seen your flag on the marble arch, and love is not a victory march. It's cold and it's a broken hallelujah. Did my best, it wasn't much. Couldn't feel, so I tried to touch. I told the truth, I didn't come to fool you. And even though it all went wrong, stand before the Lord of song with nothing on my tongue but I went through you.
Say her name. Ashley Babbitt. Ashley Babbitt. Ashley Babbitt. Ashley Babbitt. Ashley
So that's why we love them. We the people got us back, you know we stand for something. I was at the Capitol witness hating they ass. I stood on them battlegrounds, they won't catch me inside. Toasting with them patriots, they had 10 in their ass. Trying to steal our pride, boy. Yeah, you know we outside. Real patriots, they can never take off the real Americans. Barricades of building people jumping. I done seen the media police walking right out. Trying to lock us down, you know we popping out. 1776, but you know we rocking out. People this is crazy. Niggas shooting, niggas riots, and patriots, we fed up. We know that we got fed up. We made that phone call, we got that patriot wet up. Ashley Babbitt, you know we want you with that. Ashley Babbitt, yeah, you know you Let's start a Patriot party. Let's start a Patriot party. R.I.P. anybody who lost their life in the Capitol, man, January 6th. On both sides, you know. I saw with my own eyes. My feet were out there. I was on the battlegrounds. I was not in no Capitol, though. Never went up in the Capitol. I was just out there seeing it firsthand. I put a lot of time in for Trump. We put a lot of time in for Trump. Trump rallies, boat rallies, Patriots stand up. Let's start a Patriot party. Ashley Babbitt, R.I.P. you. God bless you, God bless your family, man. Make Trump president again, you know how we come. Stand up.
He's annoying.
Fucking no boy! Oh, fucking no boy!
Let's go talk it out, Scott.
Oh, fucking no boy! Oh, fucking no boy!
Just now you leave this scared little bitch looking over your shoulder. That's why you're scared.
Some nights I stay up, cashing in my paddle. Some nights I call it a draw. Some nights I wish that my legs could build a castle. Some nights I wish they just fall off. But I still wake up, I still see your ghost. But Lord, I'm still not sure what I stand for. What do I stand for? What do I stand for? Most nights I don't know anymore.
Dance, Scott.
You're on, John. Some more drugs because he did go up to the van for a little while. You know how them drug users do.
Exercising my freedom of speech because in America we're allowed to say what we want when we want. But they say
Still there. Hallelujah. USA.
Just wait till you guys see this crown. It lights up. It's pretty badass. Just wait. I had to light it up crown.
Woo!
You guys see such an awesome crown like mine? You guys wish you were the king. You wish you were the king of content. You might have a few more people here. Your numbers are staggering. They're slumping. This looks pretty sad. You got the same homeless people here every day. This looks sad. That's including you, Mickey. You homeless.
The only person I know that's homeless is Mr. I live in a van down by the river.
Fuck yeah. I live in a van down by the river. You wanna smoke some reefer? Hey, fucking music every night. This is it, boy. This is what. Hey, the fucking music. Millions of songs on the way to names and every day. Everything's a fucking thing. Talk to me like
Man, I look into my nephew's eyes. Man, you wouldn't believe the most amazing things they can come from.
Maybe all the pedophiles you're hanging out with and make you docile.
Some terrible.
Nothing says freedom like hanging out with pedophiles. I can't believe you had Sean McHugh on the phone again too, man. He raped a 14-year-old. Nothing says freedom like raping a 14-year-old. Drunk 14-year-old. Randy? Randy? Are you friends with Epstein? Randy, are you? Did you live on Epstein Island, Randy? You know what this is? Oh, you and Jay Network is Jeffrey Epstein. Were you involved with Jeffrey Epstein killing himself, Randy? Oh, Randy? Were you Island. Find some little young children, little young little girls. Jeffrey Epstein's little sis here. You think Frank Ledford would like to go to the island and go to Disneyland for children? Frank Ledford, he's a member of the group. He doesn't 76. Right? Oh, yeah, Frank Ledford, yep.
Okay, before we do the roll call, I just want to play a video. This is a message direct from President Donald J. Trump.
Oh, fuck Trump. Fuck Trump. Fuck Trump. Fuck Trump. Fuck Trump.
The new House Committee on the Weaponization of the Federal Government is a rare chance to expose the breathtaking corruption of the security state, the media, and the Washington swamp. Here are just a few of the questions the committee hopefully will be asking. Number one, who is on the Mueller witch hunt that investigated me and ordered dozens and dozens of cell phones to be wiped clear of all data after the phones were requested by the Office of the Inspector General, who, by the way, did a fantastic report on the corrupt FBI and the corrupt Comey and all of the rest of them. But they asked that all data on their phones, never done this before, they wiped off. In some cases, they said, oh, I'm sorry, it was a mistake. Can you imagine what we would have found with Page and Strzok and all of them? Who in the Mueller team was in charge of leaking secret information and fake news stories to dishonest journalists, of which there are many, to perpetrate the Russia hoax? And that's what it was. Turned out it was a total hoax. It was all misinformation. It was all a horrible thing that was given to the people of our country illegally by a fake press and a corrupt press and by corrupt politicians. Why did numerous FBI and CIA analysts go out and purchase professional liability insurance the day the fake Steele dossier was first published? Because they knew it was fake. And they knew that sometime there'd be a guy like Trump that wants to go after them. Have any fake news journalists been paid or compensated by U.S. government agencies directly or indirectly for their role in spreading domestic disinformation like the FBI did with Twitter? Paid them $3,600,000 so far that we know of. The FBI paid, think of this, to Twitter over $3 million. And the purpose was to get it wrong, to do bad things to our country. Who orchestrated the FBI's repeated operations to interfere in domestic politics in the final weeks of multiple U.S. election seasons? And specifically, and most importantly, in the presidential election of 2020, what the FBI did was suppress anything bad about Biden and go all out. Put it all out there. If there was anything at all bad about Trump, and if there was anything bad, we'll make it up. What that was is a rigged election just by itself. What was the role of federal agents and informants in pressing the crowd toward the Capitol on January 6th? And who is Ray Epps? Tell me about Ray Epps. Where does he come from? I think we know. In addition, the committee needs to do a full review of FISA warrants and any abuse of confidential government databases to conduct political spying on American citizens. They spied on American citizens illegally, and they got illegal approvals. The approvals were gotten by lying to judges. The judges should be very upset, but they don't seem to be. We should also get a full report on any domestic surveillance of MAGA supporters that has taken place under Biden or Obama and the radical left. Joe Biden is presiding over the most corrupt administration in American history. Their weaponization of law enforcement, intelligence agencies, and the deep state is very, in fact, deep-seated. It's the greatest threat American freedom in generations has seen, and their collusion with the fake news media is absolutely atrocious. This committee is a vital chance to bring it all to light begin to heal our divisions and save our beloved country. I want to thank you for listening, but it's a big problem. We have to do something for it. I also want to pay my respect to James Coleman and Jim Jordan for the incredible job they're doing, for the work they're doing, and for the love they have for our country. Thank you both.
So, President Trump released that video today. I just wanted to play it for everybody.
That's true.
Today is day 749 of the J6 political hostage crisis.
Only.
Ashley Babbitt, Roseanne Boylan, Kevin Greason, Benjamin Phillips, Officer Brian Sicknick. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
The following is a list of those currently incarcerated for the events of January 6th. Thomas Ballard,
Hero.
Joseph Biggs,
Hero.
Tim Boyner,
Hero.
Nicholas Brockhoff,
Hero.
Jeffrey Scott Brown,
Hero.
Jeremy Brown,
Hero.
Alan Byerly,
Hero.
Daniel Caldwell,
Hero.
Jacob Chansley,
Hero.
William Crespin, Cleveland Meredith,
Hero.
Lonnie Kaufman,
Hero.
Mason Corson,
Hero.
Kevin Creek,
Hero.
Lucas Denny,
Hero.
David Dempsey,
Hero.
Charles Donahoe,
Hero.
Robert Flint Fairchild, Jr., Scott Fairlane,
Hero.
Brandon Fellows, Kyle Fitzsimon, Mitchell Gardner,
Hero.
Robert Geishwin,
Hero.
James Grant,
Hero.
Andrew Griswold,
Hero.
Timothy Hale Cusinelli, Thomas Patrick Hamner, Kenneth Harrelson,
Hero.
Donald Hazard,
Hero.
Albuquerque Head,
Hero.
Brian Jackson,
Hero.
Shane Jenkins,
Hero.
Douglas Jensen,
Hero.
Justin Jersey,
Hero.
Daniel Johnson,
Hero.
Daryl Johnson,
Hero.
Cash Kelly,
Hero.
Josiah Kenyon,
Hero.
Julian Cater,
Hero.
Billy Knutson,
Hero.
Matthew Kroll,
Hero.
Jacob Lane,
Hero.
Nicholas Langeran,
Hero.
Mickey Larson Olson,
Hero.
Samuel Lazar,
Hero.
Marcus Malley,
Hero.
Christian Manley,
Hero.
Cody Matisse,
Hero.
James Malt,
Hero.
Mark Mazza,
Hero.
Ronald Maccabee,
Hero.
Patrick McCoffey,
Hero.
James McGrew,
Hero.
Sean McHugh,
Hero.
Jeffrey McKellar,
Hero.
Kelly Meggs,
Hero.
Jonathan Millis,
Hero.
Garrett Miller,
Hero.
Matthew Ryan Miller,
Hero.
Jordan Mink, Robert Moore,
Hero.
Jonathan Munifer,
Hero.
Marshall Neff,
Hero.
Daryl Neely,
Hero.
Ethan Nodine,
Hero.
William Robert Norwood,
Hero.
Joseph Padilla,
Hero.
Robert Palmer,
Hero.
Dominic Pizzola,
Hero.
Mark Ponder,
Hero.
Joshua Pruitt,
Hero.
Christopher Quaglin,
True patriots.
Barry Ramey,
Yes. Thank
William
you.
Rogan Reed,
Hero.
Guy Reffitt,
Hero.
Zach Reel,
Hero.
Stuart Rhodes,
Hero.
Howard Charles Richardson,
Hero.
J.D. Rivera,
Hero.
Thomas Robertson,
Hero.
Daniel Rodriguez,
Hero.
Greg Rubenacker,
Hero.
Jeffrey Sable,
Hero.
Ryan Samsel,
Hero.
Ronald Sandlin,
Hero.
Salvador Sandoval,
Hero.
Troy Sargent,
Hero.
Peter Schwartz,
Hero.
Christian Secor,
Hero.
Jeffrey Sills,
Hero.
Barton Shively,
Hero.
Charles Bradford Smith,
Hero.
Peter Stager,
Hero.
Andrew Taki,
Hero.
Enrique Tario,
Hero.
Devlin Thompson,
Hero.
Dustin Thompson,
Hero.
Daniel Warmus,
Hero.
Jessica Watkins,
Hero.
Thomas Webster,
Hero.
Jack Witten,
Hero.
Ricky Chris Wilden,
Hero.
Anthony Williams,
Hero.
Kyle Young,
Hero.
Howard Adams,
Hero. True patriots.
Christopher Georgia, Matthew Parna, Mark Angst. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
So I just want to say thank you to everyone who has come out. Thank you to the live streamers and everyone tuning in by the live stream. plays every night. Share this out.
Yes.
You know, we cannot do this very important work without you. And I would invite everybody to sing God Bless the USA with us.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank God. Hallelujah. Thank God.
All the things were gone, work for my life.
Amen.
And I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, as the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you.
Thank you all.
Today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
God bless the USA. Amen.
From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit
谢谢大家啊、
to New York to LA.
祝福 Rebecca。
Every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave them right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
USA.
Thank you everybody for coming out and tuning in. We will be back here tomorrow, 7 p.m.
Yes. Thank you, Randy. Thank you, Mickey. And thank everyone online. God bless you all. God thank you. I thank you. Then we'll see you.
I will sing forever if your love come down with my hands to heaven.
Good night, everyone.
I was lost in darkness when you pulled me out. I will sing forever if your love comes down. I once was blind, I could not see. Chains of sin had shackled me, but God in
speak the truth.
Jesus rescued me, but Jesus